Hello everybody and welcome to another Marvel Legends review. In today's video I'm taking a look at Marvel's Songbird as part of the Avengers Build-A-Figure Thanos wave. Now this is the first figure I've reviewed from this wave that isn't necessarily related to the movie itself. Songbird is one of those characters. She's popped up here and there. We've never really had a decent toy of her, and she's recently been in the likes of the Avengers Assemble cartoon. Taking a quick look around the box, we have Songbird on both sides, and at the back there we have a rather dynamic flying pose and a brief bio. And here we have her out of her plastic prison. I was going to try and impress you all with some really cool dynamic flying pose using one of my stands, but I actually have no idea how these things work, and this wouldn't fit on my turntable either, so now she's in some sort of mid-flight squatting pose. Now correct me if I'm wrong, have we seen these wings before? Were they in the 2-pack with the Phoenix, Jean Grey and Cyclops? I'm not sure if it's the same, but it's made of a very nice translucent pink, and it just tabs into the back of our Songbird. Now Songbirds had a couple of different names in the Marvel universe. Her name is Melissa Gold, but I knew her as Screaming Mimi when she was a villain, and then I think it was, did she join the Thunderbolts? I think it was, where she then became Songbird. I really need an Atlas figure. Why have they not given us a really nice big Build-A-Figure Atlas? That I would absolutely love. Or Goliath. He was Goliath before he was Atlas, wasn't he? I think that would work. Come on, Marvel, Hasbro, anybody, give us a really big Build-A-Figure Atlas. Anyway, Songbird, she looks nice. Now, accessory-wise, all she comes with is Thanos's right arm, and of course her wings. Now the wings do peg in to the slot on her back, although there is a little bit of a gap. They don't peg all the way in, but I love how they just appear to flow, and in my opinion that is without a shadow of a doubt one of the very best female head sculpts that Marvel Legends have done. She actually looks like a female. They've done a really nice job. Incredibly crisp, clean paint applications. I love the flow of her hair as well, but the face especially, I think that's a really great sculpt. And her eyes actually both look straightforward, which is a miracle in itself. With regards to the rest of her sculpt, I'm pretty sure again they've reused that Jean Grey torso. We do have the arm pieces are sculpted on, whereas this top piece is just a throw over, so we can remove the head and take that off if need be. Same goes with that belt, and the paint apps on the rest of the torso are nice and clean. No real overspray, just off black. It's not quite black, it's not quite dark blue. It's a very kind of rich mix of the two. It comes across as very kind of leather jumpsuit in hand. I've got those stripes coming across the back, and then we have these large kind of energy burst wings, which are really quite big, but they just tab in to the back there, and you can see the hair sculpt just flowing up and over that shoulder and then going down across the buttocks, and we have these thigh-high stripes on those pants. Now, as much as I do love those large wings, they have a tendency to tip her over backwards. They are quite back heavy, and they do hinder her articulation, but they are kind of pivotal part of the character, although she doesn't have the wings all the time. So if you wanted to display her without the wings, I can kind of see that working just as well. She only really has them when she uses them for flight, but we have the head can look up that much and down that much. Hair is quite a hindrance. We can tilt side to side. You can't really turn it that much because it sits in between the back sections of these wings. The arms can come up, out to the side this much. They can come forwards and backwards. There is no upper bicep rotation. We have a single jointed bend on the elbow. We have a pivot on those wrists and a rotation. The torso acts as the waist, so we have no additional waist articulation, but we can move forwards and backwards on that torso. The legs can come this far forwards, and they can go back. They could go back further if she didn't have these massive great wings. Come out to the side, have an upper thigh cut there, and coming down to the knees, we get a double jointed bend on those knees, up and down on the feet, and that swiveling pivot. All of these legends now seem to sport. So crazy wings aside, she is actually quite nimble, and you can get some nice poses from her, but you really have to balance her using those wings, and she is designed to be a flyer. So if anybody can recommend a better flight stand than this thing, then please let me know. I mean, it's got lots of options and loads of different parts with it, but I just cannot get it to work with the Marvel Legends. To give you an idea of scale, here we have her alongside Proxima, and I have next to no Thunderbolts in my collection, so I'm making do here. Here she is alongside Punisher and Ares. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, Marvel's Songbird. A very nice looking figure, great face sculpt, hindered somewhat by those wings, but a very good presence in your collection, especially if you can get her on a decent flight stand. She will really look the part. For me, this isn't an essential figure in the wave, but obviously I need that Thanos Build-A-Figure arm, and I'd love to get more of the Thunderbolts. I need to get myself like a Red Hulk, etc., and start building up the team. Hope you found this video useful. If you have, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share, and of course subscribe. I've included a link in the description below where you can order this wave over at Robot Kingdom, and at the end of this video we have a link through to the Patreon support page and a link to the Marvel Legends playlist. Until next time, from myself and the Marvel Songbird, thanks for watching. Goodbye.